Yep, YouTube, you're right. So, I found a gem of a video for us to react to. It is a tour of Alex Honnold's van he used during his endeavors of like free soloing El Cap and whatnot. You know, if you don't know who Alex Honnold is absolute mad lad. Let's look him up. Alex Honnold. Honnold. So this is him. Alright. What he does is like he rock climbs rock climbable surfaces without a rope on some occasions. Most of the time he does it with a rope, but like once in a while he's like, okay, I think I can free solo this bitch. Let's freaking do it. And yeah, that's exactly what he does. He doesn't wear a harness or anything on those occasions, and he climbs it and not die. But at least so far he hasn't. Just look at his hands, right? Look how big his hands are. I mean, compared to his, my hands are like ladylike, even though mine has calluses. Ugh. Now, back to the video. He lives in a van while he like trains for these endeavors where he like free solos El Cap or whatnot. So he's gonna be like living in a van, and I thought it would be a cool idea to look through his van and criticize it or appraise it. So yeah, without any further ado, let's get at it, shall we? Okay.
Hey, I'm Alex Honnold, and this is my pimp van. Come check it out.
I'm not gay, but if I were, watch out, Alex Honnold's wife. I'm coming for him. That joke's like probably 10 years old now, right?
Alex Honnold, and this is my pimp van. Come check it out.
I don't like that it's a Ram. It's just personally, like I have been growing up with Asian parents, mainly because I'm Asian, as in like South Asian. But you know, in all over Asia, people don't like American cars. They think they're piece of shit. And you know, in my head, I also think they're piece of shits because my first car was a Pontiac Montana, where I lived in it for like 8 months. I'm like, it did the job for the time I was living in it, but like afterwards, when I started using it as a commuter, I would go to work every day. Then it started showing problems, like the dashboard, all the lights on the dashboards were on, all the sensors were broken and everything, and then like soon after it overheated and poof, exploded. Well, exploded is a slight exaggeration. It basically dumped all this water, the radiator cracked or something, and then all the water dumped, and like the battery wasn't getting charged either, and there was like so many problems. So I gave up and bought a Toyota as my second car, and I have made a commitment to never buy an American vehicle ever again.
So I lived in my last van for 9 years. I put like 200,000 miles on it, or a little bit less than that, but yeah, basically I've lived in a van for a decade now. And so having this van and being able to stand in it and train in it and have refrigerated food and all that, it's a pretty big step up after.
I want a van that I can stand in. Well, once I'm done with my postgrad, I feel like I'm gonna move into a van. Like the reason I haven't done it yet is because, you know, my school is like from 6 to 10, and it's getting cold as well. And then I had to be in Toronto for the next 6 months because like the classes are in person again. So, but after that, look out, man, I'm coming for ya. Aight? But like, you know, one of the problems I have with like, you know, buying a van like this where I can stand up is like the fuel economy. Come on, it's absolute garbage. $1 to go 10 kilometers? Probably not even. You probably spend like $1 to go 7 kilometers, which is absolute garbage. Like the car I have currently, which is a Toyota Yaris, it goes like 20 kilometers with 1 liter. So the gas mileage compared to the van and the car is just
10 years of living like all bent over inside my car. I don't think van life is particularly appealing. You know, it's not like I love living in a car, but I love living in all these places. Like I love being in Yosemite, I love being basically wherever the weather is good. I love being able to follow good conditions all over and be relatively comfortable as I do it. And so that pretty much just necessitates living in a car.
What I find is like I loved living in a van, not specifically living in the van because the living in the van was like absolutely minimal. Like I didn't spend that much time in the van, mainly because I just went there to sleep. But like every hour other than living in a van, I spent exploring everything around me. I met so many more people because I lived in a van as a result of me, not cramping myself in a room and studying in a room. I had to go to the library, and like every time I like spent time in the library, I would like see people I have seen before, and then we would start talking. So that's what I really liked about like living in a van. You just meet so many more people.
Or in this case, like a really nice van.
The thing I love about this van is being in my nice warm bed. So comfy. I mean, do I even really need to explain why the van is so nice when I'm in this like comfy bed?
I guess one problem I have with it is like I'm 6'2", and like living in a van like that, widthwise it wouldn't work for me. I mean, I could always sleep lengthwise, so I guess problem solved. Look at me, big brain moves.
This is my urinal. It's very convenient, very accessible, very reusable. I mean, there's not that much to say. Like, I mean, people find it novel to be peeing in a bottle, but it's like pretty freaking normal, and you do it all the time. It's always within reach.
I have peed in a bottle countless times. One extremely lucky situation I haven't been in is having to shit in a van. That I have not done yet, and I hope to never do it. I mean, it's so much easier than like walking up to a bathroom. You just get up, you tilt forward and take a piss. Elsewise, if you're like renting a room, you have to walk all the way to the bathroom, and while you're doing that, you're kind of like waking yourself up, and then it's going to be hard to get back to sleep.
If I could like miraculously teleport a house from place to place, I mean, I'd prefer to like live in a nice, comfortable house or something, I suppose. Though honestly, I mean, the van actually is kind of nice. I like having everything within arm's reach. Because like when I stay in a hotel room, like sometimes you get put up in like a really classy hotel room, and it's like really big, and you have to like walk quite a ways to the bathroom, and you're just like, man, I wish I had my bottle. It's like, who wants to like walk all the way to the bathroom in the middle of the night when you could just like lean over, grab your bottle, and just go. My friend Mason built out my van, and he's like an artist. I mean, he even etched the side of El Cap into the side of my door. He's an artist. He's a craftsman.
Well, he hired someone to do it. That's cheating. You can't do that. That's like saying you got too much money on your hands. I'm just waffling here. But like, yeah, if I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it myself to save as much money as I can. Like, especially because these vans are like 20 grand used. If you're like buying new, you probably spend like 40 to 50 grand. So yeah, that's like a down payment on a house. And like a house goes up in value, but this goes down in value. So I don't know. In second thought, the house does make more financial sense than a van, but I guess we could probably save much more money living in a van.
My cupboards are all latched with these cool little cam lobes, and the handles are all extra cam lobes from the Black Diamond factory. It's kind of fun. And the metal grating is supposedly the top size screws. It's also just like
he's really lucky. He's living in like USA, like down south, which is so much more fun than Canada. I mean, apart from like British Columbia, you got like freezing weather, which is not nice to live in a van. And you can't keep food in your vehicle when it's freezing all the time.
Scrap metal from the Black Diamond factory, which is kind of cool. So this is my storage closet, my trunk, where I have all kinds of gear. I mean, one of the challenges.
Jeez Louise, look at all that gear. That's probably like 20 grand of gear right there. So if anyone wants to make a quick buck, you know where to look. Go steal all the gear from rock climbers. That's a quick buck. Actually, don't do that. That's really mean. Okay, they are already living in a van. But they're basically homeless. Why would you steal from the homeless? That's pathetic. You're a pathetic human being for doing that. You pathetic little man or woman. I'm not sexist.
And climb is just all the different types of gear you have. And I mean, I have thousands of feet of rope. I have a pair of skis. I think I have 2 pairs of skis actually. And then, you know, tons of climbing shoes, climbing hardware, and then like camping gear, sleeping bags, you know, tents, like just all kinds of stuff so that you're pretty much ready for whatever kind of adventure you wind up getting into. Concluding thoughts, yeah, I mean, living in a car, totally cool. Everyone should do it.
Oh, one more thing. Like, living in a vehicle, like if you are not moving around all the time, it's much more environmentally friendly than living in a house per se. You know, you're just using up so much energy to like heat up and like cool down this big ass house, where in the van you don't need that much energy to heat up and cool down your van. So though.
Very low overhead, very easy. I mean, it's funny because when you think how much people spend on rent and then how much less it is to live in a car, you're like, I don't know, I mean, it's not a bad way to live. I think people would get used to it. And it's sort of also it's cleansing in a way. You know, you realize like how much less stuff you need, and you know, people are like, oh, you don't shower every day, and you're like, you definitely don't need to shower every day. You're like, I mean, though right now I look like I need a shower, so it's like not the best time, not the best example. But you know, it's like living in a car sort of reminds you that you don't really need that much to be totally content and to live a fulfilling life, and you have to be happy, you know.
One more thing about the showering thing. You know, research has found that if you shower every day, that reduce the elasticity of your skin. So you're basically destroying your skin by showering every day. So so you're destroying your most precise organ when you shower every day. So look who's the idiot now. Well, alright guys, that's it for the video. My parting thoughts are everyone should live in a van at least for like 5 years. That will definitely end global warming for sure. I'm pretty sure. I mean, I haven't done the calculation, but it seems like something that would definitely help with global warming. And also, it's like a really cool thing to do in my eyes, and you're gonna save up so much more money. That's not a bad thing. So yeah, that's where I will end this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed my commentary and my insight into this video. Please consider subscribing or liking, all that good stuff. La-di-da. And I'll hopefully see you on the next one. Peace.